So right there, that's what I was trying to get at earlier. Look, we got, before we even start, we got a bunch of hooligans. Person's passing on the inside, took part of our lane. Whew. So he's like, what's up, dude? All right, so we're moving, having a good time, riding. I've never seen those types of mirrors on a motorcycle. But look forward, because you got this person right here. Boink. That is a very high impact to the left leg. So we think of mechanism here. Ribs to the left side. So liver damage, possibly. Liver puncture. Bleed out instantly. Not instantly, but very quickly. His groin, you see how he's grabbing his groin? We're going to talk a little bit about that. It's a possible open book fracture. Possible groin, genitalia injuries. Lots of injuries. We're going to pause a little bit when we get to the other side, because I want to see what the other rider looks like. Interesting shoes over there. Where's the other rider? So he's grabbing his genitalia because it's damaged. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So what else? Not a lot of gear. Not a lot of gear. So the other rider's standing, I believe. Very surprised the other rider's standing. I'm surprised he's able to stand. Now, it doesn't matter who's wrong and who's right. Like, I would be concerned about if I could walk. And then I'll figure it out later. So what I was saying is this person was being a dum-dum, but I haven't seen mirrors on this. Like, it's pretty interesting, right? It's pretty interesting. It's to help find the blind spot, is what? Because you're not doing head checks. You know, it's just, I don't know. Anyways, moving on. We're riding around, having a good time. We're going pretty fast. We're going to go over the side, or not the side, but we're going to go over the line. We're getting up to an area. You see how he stood up? It's like, it's okay. So I got to get some vision. I got to get some looks, and we got all these people here. So you don't know what anybody's gonna do. So you should be going in orange stage. Okay, so going in orange stage. Now we don't know what this guy's doing. Okay, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to prep for a turn coming up, but all of a sudden we got somebody in the road just kind of waddling the bike. It's my gut feeling says this is a no bueno situation. We're gonna get up to here. Oh, what are you doing? Now we have no recourse other than maybe, hopefully, be able to swerve. Hopefully at this speed. Hopefully. We can't stop in time. We already know that. We can't stop in time. We're gonna hopefully swerve. So what could we have done to make it to where we can swerve instead of hoping to swerve? Class, what do you think? What can we do? We could slow it down when it comes to dangerous and hazardous situations. What's that over there? Orange stage? Yes. Dangerous, hazardous situations, intersections, lots of vehicle, anything that gives you that gut reaction. Orange stage. Orange stage. Okay? So that means we're slowing down. That means we're trying to buy ourselves some time, buy ourselves an opportunity to get out of here. And we're going to get up to here. And there's that impact. Now, this is what I'm trying to talk about when it comes to this type of impact. So we have the mechanism of injury right here. Okay, so we have that leg. Okay, we can easily shatter his femur. Boom, mid-femur fracture. We could easily tear ligaments in his knee. So LCL, PCL, ACL. We got the MCL. We got the meniscus in there. The patellar tendon, the patella. We could completely destroy that. We also have his tib fib. Easily break that. Okay, so we got all those issues. So let's go ahead and delete that. Let's go ahead and do this. Oh, so it happened so quick. Go back just a little bit of frame by frame. So frame, impact. Okay. You can't even see what happens. So what happens on an impact? Especially that frontal impact. So where does your body go? The bike is going to try to stop immediately when it hits an object. We haven't hit an object yet. So when we go into it, what is our body doing? If the bike stops first and we're on the bike itself, what are we doing? We're sliding across. Okay? Now, it's not the fact that we have friction and we're sliding across that's going to cause the genital problems. What else do we have on the bike? Let's do that. We have the gas tank. So we're going to slide and hit the gas tank and then go up and over. So our genitalia is going to hit the gas tank. Now, where am I getting with that? Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Open book fracture of the pelvis. But this is exactly what an open book fracture is. A traumatic open book fracture. So this right here, this opening in the front of your pelvis happens in pregnancy, okay? So what happens during birth, this is designed to actually separate a little bit so the baby can come out. Now, in a traumatic injury, especially with men, the problem is it completely opens up and breaks. Now, you're going to have the impact be translated into the rest of the iliac crest and the pelvis, and you're going to have damage here. So same thing happened here. So this part on this side didn't break, but you had breakage here and you had here, and the rotational forces kind of kicked in and messed you up. So this is typically from the back end that's going to cause the open book fracture. This is typically from the front end. So that right there is extremely dangerous, and it can be deadly because you have the femoral artery coming through all these different things. You have a bunch of arteries going through. Everything kind of comes together in here, and you could bleed out inside your pelvis before anything can really show on the outside. So that's why he's in a lot of pain, okay? It's probably going to be one of the worst pains that he's probably ever been in. So that's what's happening here. Okay, so when he hits, he's going to slide a bit on the gas tank. Boom, hits it. Also hit the speedo. Also hit his legs on the handlebars. So let's go and take a look at some of that stuff. So we're going to have bilateral femur fractures. Okay, so these are two different kinds, basically. Two different kinds. So your femur, boom, mid-femur fracture. This one is extremely painful. And what happens here is you get an attraction splint, and they basically pull on your leg until it does this, and it's back in place. Now this one you can't do much about. So when you hit your legs on those handlebars, easily could do something like this. And it's very hard to break your femur, but it can happen. If you don't break the femur, you're going to break some of the other spots on your leg that is going to be more the weak point, okay? So you got to be very careful with that. So this is all frontal. So the mechanism of injury is that frontal impact, okay? So we haven't even talked really too much about the side impact. I kind of did, where the mid-femur fracture, knee injuries, tib-fib injuries. We're talking about the right of the hit, okay? So we also, let's go back. Let's go over here. Let's go to skier's thumb. So skier's thumb is typically a sprain, but it can be a breakage, okay? I like this one a lot because it shows some with the skier's, grabbings, but it looks like a handlebar, right? So you're holding the handle or the hand grips, boom, you go forward, you could easily break your ulnar collateral ligament, and then your metacarpus. So you can easily break this part right here. You definitely can snap that, break this, and then you're gonna have issues with all these other metacarpals and phalanges. So you got to be very careful with that. Okay, very careful with that. Nothing you could do about it when you get into this situation right here. So this is why it's super important to be seeking out and recognizing hazardous situations, not speeding, and understanding how to apply your brakes and swerve with the speed you're currently going at. And we just talked about that. We haven't even talked about traumatic brain injury. We haven't talked about his chest trauma. We haven't talked about possible liver damage on his left, on the right quadrant. So I guess it would be the rider hitting him. So the right quadrant, right upper quadrant, you're going to have rib issues, punctured lungs, possibly his spinal cord is not designed to be hit from the side. Head injuries, traumatic brain injuries, your head's going to coup contre coup. You're going to have possible concussions, bleeding on the brain, so many different things. So when he hits, this is why he's holding his genitalia. This is why he's holding his genitalia. So take a look. Look where his right hand is. Immediately guarding. He's immediately whenever you hurt something, you're like, ah, man, you do that with your hand on your arm, like somebody punched you or something. It wouldn't be me because anybody punches me, it never hurts. But if somebody punches maybe you, you're like, ah, how? Well, this is what's happening here. He has genital pain because he slid up on the gas tank, hit the gas tank with genitals. Hopefully it's not a massive injury to the pelvis, and hopefully it's just bruising, but he's in pain. And here's the thing, there's no gear for it. There's no gear for it. And it's going to make you sick. It's going to make you want to throw up. Imagine. Oh, man. That's a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Enough to where he's able to hold it up, though, so we can film each other. But to protect yourself as best as possible. Wear as much gear as possible, the best gear you can afford. But you can't really protect your pelvis. And that's just the sad reality of motorcycle riding. And that's why we have to seek out and recognize hazardous situations and always maintain our fundamental skills. Always. To hopefully prevent this. This is life, though. This is reality. Gravity and inertia they don't care. Very, very, very lucky that he's able to walk away from this. Real quick, I'd like to say thank you to CARDO for sponsoring this channel. I'm actually using their cool little headset thingy thing so I could talk to my kids on their CARDO Pack Talks. Make sure you guys grab yourself a CARDO Pack Talk. Bold, slim, free com, whatever you want. With the link in the description, you get a discount. Anyways, let's get back. We're switching lanes. Okay, good line of sight. Looks like we're getting closer. Watch out, blind spot, blind spot, blind spot. Good job applying progressive brake pressures. Get yourself out of there. That's a bad line of sight, bad position for safety. So what happened here was we're in the blind spot. Look at on the far right. Look on the far right. We're in the blind spot. We're gonna switch lanes. And I don't know why they switched lanes, but we're in their blind spot. So they just did it and either didn't look or didn't check their blind spot. Happens all the time. All right. So I don't know if that person was supposed to yield. I have a feeling they were because they're merging onto a main road. And they didn't slow down. Okay, non-issue. Non-issue. Just progressive brake pressure, roll off the throttle. All right, we're riding around, sun in the eyes, okay? Oh, we got something in our lane. Something in our lane. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Found an escape path. Very good job. So right here, got sun in the eyes. So ride within the conditions present. We have a long stack of vehicles, big semi in the front. You got to anticipate maybe somebody's going to want to pass, okay? So let's see. Somebody's going to want to pass. Now, look what he did right there. Very good job. So he's going to position himself for safety. So we're in lane position 2. Now, he's probably positioning himself not because he anticipates anybody showing up in his lane. It's probably because of the wind blast. So we're like 1, 2, 3. So we're like right there, okay? So we're like in between. We're like right here. And it's about 2. Let's say 2. So when he gets closer to the vehicles up here, what's going to happen is he's going to go ahead and switch over and get right here into lane position 3. So that is already setting yourself up for success because now you're having a space cushion away from these people over here on the left side. Now, it can be a bad thing because you don't have a big shoulder over here other than grass. So you don't have an escape to the right. Now, that's just the situation you're presented with. But the thing is, if anybody decides to come over here in your lane, let's go ahead and do this. Anybody wants to come over into your lane and you're already over here, you can utilize that little itty bitty escape path that you have very easily. You don't even have to swerve. You just kind of move over just a little bit. And that's just the situation you're presented with. And that's the best thing that you could do. But you got to prepare for that. So he's moving over. Look at, he moved over. He's in lane position 3 now. And here's the cool thing. This is what I want you to aim for if you're ever in this situation. Aim for that line. That line is not some slippery thing. It's not a banana peel in Mario Kart. Okay, so you can get on that line and ride the line, and it's perfectly fine. The problems that usually arise on that is when it's wet, you slam the brakes, now you have traction loss and a bunch of other things. So if you could just go on the line and progressively brake pressure, you're not going to fall down. So aim for that line. So you see somebody coming, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. I'm going to aim for that line, and now just stare at the line way ahead, and you're going to stay on that line. Okay, I like to practice that when I'm out riding, and there's like multiple. Let's say this is a 2-lane road going one way. I like to ride like this line and then kind of go back off and then like aim for the next one, kind of go back off, aim for the next one. And I like to aim for it. I like to be able to know where I'm at in time and space with using my peripheral vision. So practice that when you're out riding. Don't do it when it's unsafe. Do it when there's no cars around. So look at that. Easily is able to just adapt a little bit. Now this person is about to hit this vehicle, but we got a nice gap. So we found the escape path, did an amazing job. Great job. I believe this is Alexandria or Alexandru Mocano. Good job. Good job. Guys, if you like this kind of stuff, we do this every Tuesday and Thursday on this channel at 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time live. So make sure you check that out. But if you want to check out some other things like this video right here or this video right here, please do so. It supports the channel. Click that like button, by the way. Check into class. Anyways, I'll be seeing you around.